Hello everyone. I hope you are fine and safe. I wish you all a very happy Bengali New Year. Now let's get back to studies again. As we have already discussed the first two chapters from your book Footprints, today we will move further forward. Now, before going into the detail, I would like to ask you a few questions. Now, in Cooch Behar, we have seen that the city mall has recently opened, isn't it? Like, it's been 4-5 months. For Cooch Behar, it's a new thing. It's a shopping mall. So, you must have entered and have seen that there are different direction guides so as to help you to know which floor contains what. Not only in Cooch Behar, in various parts of the world, wherever you will see any shopping complex or any big public area where you have to go, there is always directions regarding which floor contains what. Okay, that's called simple mapping. A building or a shopping complex has several facilities, has several amenities. To let people know about them, they do it purposely. So today our topic will be nothing else but learning about maps. We will see the book separately as well. There you will go to the second page and you will see there is a flow chart. Okay, uses of maps, feature of maps, and difference between map and globe. As we go through, we will read about them. In your previous class, you must have read that maps and drawings of the earth's surface or a part of it on a flat surface is called maps. So what is a map? Maps are the drawing of the earth's surface that we represent on a flat surface of paper. Okay. The person who makes a map is called a cartographer, and the work of map making is called cartography, or the science of map making is called cartography. So cartographer is the person who makes the map, and cartography is the technique or the science that deals with processing or making a map. Uses of maps, very importantly, uses of a map. Why do we need a map? Maps are used to reach a place even if we have never been there before. Tourists often use maps to find locations when they go to a new place. It's very clear. If we suppose I want to discover the city of Jaipur. Okay, so I have been to Jaipur, I will be going to Jaipur, and I would like to take or collect a map of the city area so that I can be in every part of the city without any complications. Or in this way, I will not be missing out on any important site. Maps are used to locate any place we wish to find on the earth. If I want to know where is the Louvre Museum, where is the Colosseum de Roma, where shall I find Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders of the world, or where is one of the Indian 7 wonders, Taj Mahal, located? I have to use the map. I have to see the map to find out the location. Again, maps show the borders of continents, countries, states and cities. Without maps, we would not have known how our country looks. Obviously, if a map is not being made, then how do we know that how our country looks like? Where is the Himalayas located? Where do we find the different rivers? Or where do we find the other countries? Or the borders of the international borders, national borders, who are our neighboring countries. So it is important to know our neighboring countries and as well as to know our map clearly. A map helps us in locating all in a single place. Nowadays, many vehicles have GPS. What is GPS? Global Positioning System. It is a small screen fitted in many vehicles that show you the way you give you driving location and gives you the driving location. In any of the mega cities, if you have been to like Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, you will see that the Uber cab service or the Ola cab services are very popular. Now, what are these services? They enable you to move from one part of the city to the other without any, cumbersome or any problem. So they use this GPS tracker which help them to know which location you want to go to. So accordingly, they set it in their vehicle and you can move from one place to another or from one part of the city to the other without any complications. So this is the global positioning system. Wherever you are, wherever you want to be to, the system enables you to locate the particular place. Alright. Moving to the next page, after the uses of maps, we will see how do we study a map. In order to read and understand a map, we need to know about its different parts and features. Namely, first, every map should have a name. Like which country map or which part of the earth we are showing, it should have a proper name. Secondly comes direction. Maps not only help us to find out the location of various places, they also tell us which directions to take in order to reach a place. There are 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east and west. Most maps are drawn with the north directions at the top of the page. It is shown with the arrow N. On the map, the top is N, that is north. East is on your right, south at the bottom and west is on your left. I have provided you with a image of the directions. You have to draw it in the on your A4 size paper and keep it, and later you can simply stick it to your classwork copy. We can find major directions with the help of a compass. Now we will talk about the time when the navigators or the traders used to move from one place to the other. So how they would they used to find out the direction. They used to navigate the ship. So they used to have a compass which used to enable us to understand where will be the island or where will be the landmass, how far they need to go, how far they need to move back, every single detail. Now zoom in. In earlier times, people found out directions by looking at the celestial objects in the sky, such as the sun, the North Star and the moon. In present time, a much better way to find accurate directions is a magnetic compass. A magnetic needle is a tiny magnet that always points towards the north, on the basis of which we can find out the other directions. So, in earlier times, when compass was not discovered, people were more primitive and they used to live a very primitive life. Then what they used to do is they would look at the sun and to understand the time. Still now, if you look at the sun and if the sun is overhead or just over the zenith, then you may understand that it's 12 noon, because at 12 noon it goes there up above us. Okay, and as the time moves on, it will set in the west. So we can have we can guess by seeing the apparent movement of the sun from one sky to the other. But for our convenience now, as we have developed, we have much developed in science and technology, we have discovered compass or magnetic compass which help us in giving a more accurate timing. Next comes scale. You know, a map is a drawing of a part of the whole of the earth. Therefore, a map of a place is much smaller than the real place. Drawing something smaller than the real size but keeping it exactly in the same shape is called drawing to scale. Now, why do we need a scale? We need a scale because we are drawing a part of the earth. Now, a part of the earth is a much bigger place, but we are compressing it and putting it onto a paper, keeping in mind all the details that the real place is having. So, for this reason, we are actually compacting the whole information into a very small area. For this reason, we need a particular scale. So, scale enables us to represent the part of the earth to onto a paper. Some maps are large scale. Large scale maps show a lot of detail about a small area. There are also small scale maps that show lesser details of a large area. For example, a map of a residential colony is a large scale map, while a map of a country is a small scale map. If I ask you to please open your atlas and just go through the physical map of India, that one is a small scale map where we are showing lesser details of a large area. A country is a huge area, but I am asking you to find out a small village, or I am asking you to find out a small town in that map. So it is not providing much detail about that particular area. So those maps which show a lot of detail in a small area is called a small scale map, and vice versa. Next comes symbols and colors. If you look at any map, you will notice that different colors and symbols are used to show different features such as mountains, rivers, cities, ports, borders, etc. Cartographers, again, who are cartographers? Those who deal with the map, those who make the map. They use symbols and colors on maps to give plenty of information in a small space. Symbols are drawn like the objects they represent. Cloud with water drops is used as a symbol for rainfall. Different clouds are used to show different physical features, themes, and so on. For example, brown color is used to show mountains and yellow color represent desert. So brown is a universal color that has been chosen to show the mountains, and yellow has been chosen to represent desert. So in this way, several signs and symbols and colors have been chosen to use on a map. Key or legend. Most maps have a key or legend. The key explains the meaning of the symbols, signs, and colors used on a map. So key or legend, it will enable us to make it the reading more simpler. How? It will explain there what represents how and when. Like what is what. Here you will see that when a sign of bus is given, beside it's written bus station, then taxi stand, then train station, then airport, then seaport, then apartment, like that. So it becomes easier even for us to read a map. Now we come to types of map. Different types of maps are made to show different types of features of a place. Mainly maps are of three types. What are they? Relief map or physical map. They only show the physical features. What are the physical features? Whatever are made naturally on earth. What are they? Mountain, rivers, forest, and so on. No one has made it. No people, no human intervention. So all these features are called physical features. Now comes the political maps. They show the countries, cities, towns, and continents. Thematic map, they show information on a certain theme or topic such as weather, transport, tourist attractions, etc. So thematic map has a special theme where either it will show conditions of weather or transport or tourist attractions. Okay. So we are getting three different kinds of map: physical, political, and thematic. You can see the different maps. The picture has already been given in the book. Understood? Now we come to maps and globes. How is a map different from a globe? Till now we were studying about maps. Okay, now we will see how are they different from the globe. The shape of the earth resembles an orange. Okay. Therefore, the true shapes of all countries, continents and oceans cannot be shown on a flat map. I give you this work at home. You will take an orange. Oranges are now available in the market. You will take an orange and you will try to understand its shape. Then you will see it is a little bulky, or the bulges are there towards the middle, and it is flat on both the sides. So our earth, when we will read about the true shape of the earth, we will see that the earth is having bulges near the equator or near the middle, and it is flattened from at both the poles. Okay. Therefore, the true shapes of the countries, continents and oceans cannot be shown on a flat map. We can only see the true shapes of the countries, continents and oceans on a globe. A globe is a small ball-like model of the earth. So, a true representation of the earth is a globe. A globe shows us the actual shape of the different countries, continents in a spherical shape. Let us see how map is different from a globe. Map. A map is a drawing of the whole earth or a part of it on a flat surface, whereas a globe is a model of the earth. A model means a miniature, a short form. Okay. Map. In map we can see all places on a map at the same time, but globe, it is difficult to see all places on a globe at the same time, because as it has a lot of places, a lot of countries, continents, their subdivisions, it is not easy for a particular place to be located on the globe. But in case of a map, it becomes easy. A map can give detailed information even about the smallest area on earth, because a small area can be easily enlarged and shown on a map. Whereas in a globe, it is difficult to give detailed information about a particular place on a globe. Maps are very easy to carry around. They are portable. Globes are not inflatable, are difficult to carry. You obviously will have problem in carrying a ball-like structure rather than just fold a map and carry it. It will be more easier. So a map is more portable. You can carry it and move around. But in case of globe, which are not inflatable. Inflatable means which you cannot blow air into, or it cannot be taken the air out or in. Those globes are a little problem to carry. In order to find out about the world around us, we need to know where the places are and how to find them on maps. Now that you know more about maps, you will be able to discover how much they can tell you about our world. So now, as you know that there are several kinds of maps and what are their different uses, how they can be used, it will be easier for you to locate them and to find different places. Alright, now I will be giving you the PDF of the book. So you will be doing the choose the correct options, fill in the blanks, rearrange the words, give one word for the following, everything till number 4 in an A4 size paper. Okay, later you will be able to transfer those or write it with pencil in the book when you get it. And for the question answers, I will be providing you the question answers like the previous 2 chapters. And also I have set 2 homework for this particular chapter with so that you can understand the chapter well and for the pictorial presentation. Here you will find there are in the third page you will find there are few images of the legend showing common symbols. So these you actually have to draw in the copy. So please write there with a pencil that you need to draw, like bus station, taxi stand, train station, how you find that in a map. It is depicted here. So they are very common signs and symbols which we use on a map. So you have to copy it in your classwork copy. Please to remember. Along with, I have given you certain images. Please go through them. It will help you. And the 2 homework that I have set, you have to do it on a A4 size paper. Do it, and then you will simply stick it to your classwork copy. Thank you, class. Have a nice day. Stay safe.